and welcome to Mad's Tea Party, the channel run by a girl who does not drink tea. Today, I'm talking all about Epcot and why if it's not your favorite park, it should be. I was a very firm believer for the longest time that Magic Kingdom was my favorite park, hands down. And the older I get, the less that becomes true, and the more I enjoy Epcot. There are a few reasons for this, but most of them just being I really like the vibes of the park. So when you look at Epcot compared to the rest of the Disney World parks, it's pretty much undeniable that Epcot has the most history out of all of them. There's so much going on in Epcot, dating all the way back to Walt and his influence on the park. And you can't just really say that with the rest of them, maybe Magic Kingdom, but he was never there for the groundbreaking of the park, and to be honest, he had very little influence over it. He also had very little influence over Epcot, but he has a huge influence over the history of Epcot, and that's why I say that he's the most influential to Epcot rather than Magic Kingdom. Because if you don't know, Epcot was not supposed to be a theme park, it was supposed to be a whole city of the future, which honestly, looking back at it, probably would not have worked, and it would have been really creepy because Walt basically wanted to be the dictator of his own country, a small little country in Florida, but it would have been a city. It was a lot. Yeah, if you don't know about the history of Epcot the city, cannot recommend it enough to just Google it, learn the history, it's insane. But basically, it didn't work out like Walt planned, and it ended up being a theme park instead. Epcot was designed to be a permanent World's Fair. So first you have Future World, which I know is gonna be renamed soon, but for now it's Future World, so I'm gonna call it that. So you have Future World, which is designed to be, the World's Fair side of the park, learning about new and upcoming technologies that could be relevant to us in the future, also teaching about history of communication and agriculture, and lots of things that are educational and useful. And then you have World Showcase, which is a dedication to learning about world cultures and people from all around the world, which honestly is really cool. Walt Disney was a very firm believer in edutainment. That is the concept of educating while also entertaining, and I think Epcot is a perfect example of edutainment. You have rides like Living with the Land that show you the greenhouses and how agriculture is developing to go into the future. And that's educational and entertaining. Maybe not as exciting for kids, but there are plenty of rides that are exciting for kids. You've got the Frozen ride, you've got the Three Caballeros ride, Soarin'. These rides that are more entertainment focused and less education focused, mixed in with the rides that have plenty of education, like Spaceship Earth, which is my favorite ride in Epcot. I absolutely love it. Besides the iconic sphere, it's just a great ride. I love dark rides, I love practical effects, and it's just a relaxing ride through history. There's so many beautiful sets and costume pieces in that ride. I just love it. It has some of the best food on property. So if you don't care about the education and you just want to eat good food, this is the place to go. But honestly, quick service slaps too. You got Regal Eagle, which is amazing. And you've got pretty much the quick services at all of the pavilions at Epcot. However, I wish they had one in the Italy pavilion. Disney, please get on that. In addition to that, you have the festivals throughout the year, which add even more things to do, but mostly eat. Why people have a problem with these, I will never understand. They say they makes the parks more crowded and it gets rid of the base Epcot, but honestly, at this point, the festivals are just a part of Epcot and the booths don't take up that much space, so whatever. A lot of people think Epcot is boring, and I totally get that. When I was a kid, I hated Epcot. I thought that it was really boring. But as I get older, I've grown to appreciate it more, and honestly, I think it's a mindset thing and a maturity thing. So if you're a child watching this video and you don't like Epcot, I don't blame you one bit, but if you're an adult and you don't like Epcot, I'm judging you. Also, Epcot just has some of the greatest original characters, and it has just a great aesthetic. You've got Figment, and the Future World aesthetic, which is what my makeup is based on today, is just so colorful and fun, and each of the pavilions has their own logo, and it feels like it's very lore oriented, which I really appreciate. I also love how beautiful the park is. Just walking around, especially in World Showcase, there's just beautiful architecture. World Showcase Lagoon, pre-taco barges, was absolutely beautiful, especially at nighttime. Genuinely, I just love the park so much. More so than any other park that I visited since I came to Florida, I've gone to Epcot because it's easy to get to. See, Magic Kingdom's difficult to get in and out of, and if you've been there, you know what I mean. But Epcot is really easy to just walk in, have a good time, and leave. Now, with that said, Epcot definitely does need some help. It needs some renovations. A lot of things are outdated, especially in Future World, and I would love to see some new World Showcase pavilions. So if you don't like Epcot because you think it needs help, I agree, but I don't think that's a reason to dislike it. I think that's a reason to love it even more so that it can get fixed. But ultimately, it's just a different park experience than anything else in the world. Disney's famous for their castle parks. You go in and you see the castle and you have Tomorrowland, Frontierland, stuff like that. But Epcot is different. There's really no equivalent to it anywhere else in the world. And I think that that's something that Disney shouldn't be sleeping on. Everyone appreciates Tokyo Disney Sea for being such a unique park, and I do too. But the reason that it's so good is because they haven't slept on it. If they would keep up with Epcot and make it the best park in the world, it could rise to the level of Tokyo Disney Sea. It would be different, but a good different. So I guess what I'm saying is, appreciate Epcot. Thanks for watching this video. If you like Epcot, make sure to subscribe to my channel or share this video with a friend. And I upload new videos every single Friday, so be sure to subscribe for that as well. I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!